Witness testimony, Tex McIver's defense team now has the opportunity to make its case that the night that Diane McIver was shot and killed near Piedmont Park, Tex did not intentionally pull the trigger. Thousands of you have been watching on your phones and your computer screens and checking out the live stream on 11alive.com as prosecutors try to convince a Fulton County jury that McIver killed his wife for money. Joining us now with the big takeaway from the prosecution, Caitlin Ross. Caitlin?
Jeff, the prosecution rested their case around 3:30 this afternoon, and they really tried to hammer home 3 different points during their presentation. First was lies. They say Tex McIver lied about all sorts of things, from something as small as his net worth to something as large as what happened the night Diane was killed. Prosecutors brought in people to testify that he told people he was twice as rich as Diane and he made more money than she was. All the while he was bouncing checks and his net worth was around $5,000. Also, they say they changed the story the night he died 6 different times, telling different versions to different doctors and nurses at Emory Hospital after he got there. Second is about money. The prosecution really talked a lot about money. First, the second will, whether or not that existed, if Diane was going to change how she gave away her money. They were never able to prove that second will existed, but they certainly drove home the fact that Tex and Diane kept separate bank accounts, that Diane loaned Tex money and then charged him interest on money. And then the third point was their relationship, whether or not they were really in a loving relationship. The defense tried to call people to say they had the perfect marriage, that he called her darling, they were very happy together. But the prosecution called different people to testify that they got into a physical altercation, that Diane could be domineering and controlling of Tex, and that became a problem in their relationship. After the prosecution rested their case, the defense asked the judge to issue what's called a direct verdict, meaning that the prosecution didn't give enough evidence to convict him, but the judge declined. He said, I'm going to let this proceed. Why doesn't the defense present their case? So now that's what's going to happen. The defense is going to make their argument that this was all a tragic mistake and there was no intention to kill his wife that night. Jeff?
Caitlin, thank you. Caitlin Ross from downtown Atlanta.